Test 1. Demonstrate how to use IP configuration. Configuration in CMD Windows static IP address, assigning dynamic IP address, and setting up a peer-to-peer network in our operating system. First, I'll open the command prompt as an administrator to do this. I will explain first the IP configuration. So, now let's talk about IP configuration. An IP address is a unique identifier for your device on the network, kind of like your home address. The subnet mask defines the range of IP addresses in your network, determining which devices are on the same local network. The default gateway is the IP address of the router that allows your device to communicate with the internet, and the DNS server translates domain names like google.com o di kaya into IP addresses. Next is check IP configuration. To check the current IP configuration, I'll type ipconfig. ipconfig. Then enter. As you can see, the current IP address is 10.175.244.148, the subnet mask of 255.255.250.0, and the default gateway of 10.175.244.185. 185. This information tells us how the computer is currently connected to the network. If I provide an example of a valid IP configuration, a valid IP configuration for a typical home network might be an IP address of 192.168.1.100, a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, and the default gateway of 192.168.1.1, and the DNS server of 8.8.8.8. This setup allows the computer to communicate within the local network and access the internet. Next is we will configure static IP address in CMD window. So, dito din sa command prompt na nakaset as administrator, we will configure static IP. Now, I'll use the net command to set a static IP address. I'll type the following command. Net interface IPv4 set address name, wait lang, sa name is kung anong network yung gamit nyo. So, Wi-Fi ang gamit ko. Tama ba? Caps lock. Yan na. Then, static yung yung gusto mong ipalit na IP address, subnet mask at default gateway. 192.168.1. Double pa. 100. Then the subnet mask of 255. .0 and the default gateway of 192.168.1.1. Yan. Remember to replace yung network kung anong gamit with the name of your network adapter. After typing this command, in this command, I'm setting the IP address to, yun nga, 192. the subnet mask, and the default gateway. These values need to be appropriate for your network. Then enter natin. Optional lang naman, pero if gusto ko mag-configure DNS server, if I need it, I can also set a DNS server. I'll use the following command. Optional lang kasi siya, wag na. Hindi ko na itatype. Next, interface IPv4, add DNS server. DNS server name, yung Wi-Fi, kung Ethernet address equals 8.8.8.8. Then index equals 1. After setting that Google's public DNS server, which is a reliable and widely used DNS server. Next is verify the configuration. To verify the new static IP configuration, ipconfig tayo ulit. Dito, ipconfig. Tingnan natin kung nabago. ipconfig. Windows IP configuration, wireless LAN adapter, local area connection. One system. As you can see, hindi siya nagbigay ng baka mali. So, ulitin natin. Control V na lang natin. Tama naman pala yung spelling. Hindi lang nag-show yung yung bagong ganito na. Yung bagong IP address, subnet mask at default gateway. So, next is we will assign dynamic IP address. Now, let's switch back to using a dynamic IP address, which is assigned automatically by the network. I'll do this through the graphical user interface. So, we'll go to network connection. Network connection. Let's open this. Then right click natin to, properties, then internet protocol, then select internet protocol version 4 ito, then pagka select na obtain, select, then okay. Wait lang, properties, then select these properties. As you can see, yung inano natin dito kanina sa command prompt, dito na siya. Then, i-obtain natin ang IP address. Ganun din ang DNS server. Then, okay. Then, close. Then, i-close na natin to. Close. Yan. Alternatively, I can do this through the command prompt as well. I'll open it as an administrator. Type ipconfig release. ipconfig release. I'll type ipconfig release and enter. This releases the current IP addresses, essentially telling the computer to forget its current IP. Then, pwede naman. I'll type ipconfig renew, then enter. This requests a new IP address from the DHCP server. ipconfig renew. Yan. As you can see, ito yung kanina. The person will perform the... Now, let's check the IP configuration again by typing ipconfig. ipconfig. As you can see, the IP address has changed and it's now assigned by the DHCP server. This confirms that dynamic IP assignment is working. Next is set up a peer-to-peer network. Finally, let's set up a peer-to-peer network which allows devices to communicate directly with each other without needing a central server. So, let's close this. We'll open a control panel. First, I'll enable network discovery and file and printer sharing. I'll open network and sharing center. Tama pala, open tayo ng control panel. Then, search natin dito sa yung network sharing center. So, ito. Click natin to. Then, click natin yung change advanced sharing settings. Then, i-on natin itong network discovery and file and printing sharing. Yan. Okay na. Then, close natin. I'll turn on network discovery and file and printing sharing. These settings allow devices on the network to see each other and share files and printers. If prompted, choose to turn on network discovery for public networks. If prompted, I'll choose to turn on network discovery for public networks, but be cautious when doing this on public networks due to security concerns. Then, next is assign IP addresses. Now, I'll make sure each device in the peer-to-peer network has a unique IP address, either assigned dynamically or set statically. I'll use ipconfig on each device to check the IP address. Then, share a folder. Next, I'll share a folder to other devices can access it. I'll right-click the folder I want to share and select properties. Example is ito. Then, I will select properties, diba? Go to sharing tab. And then, click share. Example, type a name and then click other. Click the arrow to find someone, then add. Windows was unable to find Kevin. Okay, hindi I'll add the user everyone. Everyone. Yan. Add na sa everyone. Everyone with read, write. I'll add the user everyone with read-write permissions. Be careful with this as it allows anyone on the network to modify the files. In a real-world scenario, you'd want to specify specific users. Then click share, and done. Next is test network communication. To test network communication, I'll use the ping command. I'll open the command prompt and type ping. Ay, kasi wala akong IP address of another device. Paano yun? If I get replies from, explain ko na lang. If I get replies from the other device, it means the network communication is working correctly. Then, last is access shared folder. Finally, I'll access the shared folder from another device. I'll open File Explorer and type yung IP address of other device sharing the folder in the address bar. After typing the IP address, I should see the shared folder and I can access the modified files in it. This confirms that file sharing is working. Yun lang. Then, so, sa test 2, so test 2 is I will answer the following questions. Number 1 is explain any 4 network indicators and their implementation in a campus provider. First is the throughput. This is the actual rate of data transfer. So, in a campus monitor throughput on Wi-Fi networks to ensure adequate bandwidth for students accessing online resources. Implement QoS, quality of service, to prioritize critical applications like video conferencing. Next is the latency. The delay in the data transfer. High latency can disrupt real-time applications. A campus can use a content delivery network to reduce latency for students accessing resources from other location. Third is the bandwidth, the maximum data transfer capacity for a campus. Ensure sufficient bandwidth for peak usage times during online exam submissions. Use bandwidth management tools to allocate bandwidth effectively. Then last is error rate, the percentage of corrupted data packets. High error rates degrade network performance. A campus can use error detection and correction mechanism to minimize data loss. Number 2 is distinguish between the following: a physical topology versus a logical topology. Physical topology refers to the arrangement of cables and devices like star, bus and mesh. So, logical topology describes how data flows. Ethernet, token ring. In a star physical topology, all devices connect a central switch, while a logical topology defines how data passes. A flat network design versus a hierarchical network design. A flat network has all devices in the same broadcast domain. Then hierarchical network divides the network into layers for scalability and manageability. Flat networks are simple but don't scale well, while hierarchical networks are more complex but offer better performance for larger networks. Then using samples, explain any for network security threats and give solutions. So first is the malware. Malware is malicious software that can damage systems. Then solution is install antivirus software and regularly scan systems. Next is DOS, distributed denial of service, overwhelming a network with traffic to make it unavailable. Solution is use DOS mitigation services, traffic filtering or rate limiting. Next is the phishing, tricking users into revealing sensitive information through deceptive emails. Solution is implement user awareness training and email filtering. Last is man in the middle, intercepting communication between two parties to steal data. Solution is use encryption to secure communication channels. Number 3 is state and explain any four network design considerations before implementation of a network system. Scalability, the ability to expand the network to support future growth. Use modular design and scalable hardware to accommodate more users and devices. Then security, protecting the network from unauthorized access and cyber threats. Implements firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and strong authentication to secure resources. Then redundancy, having backup systems in a place to prevent downtime in case of failure. Use redundant links and redundant links and devices to ensure network availability. Then sa manageability, making the network easy to monitor, configure, and troubleshoot. Implement a centralized network management system and use standardized configurations. Last, number 4 is calculate the number of sessions required for network design that is made up of three users accessing two database servers. Number of sessions equals users times servers equals 3 users times 2 servers equals 6 sessions. Each user needs a session for each database server they access. Then user accessing two database servers via an application server. Here we assume there is one user. Number of sessions equals 2. One session from user to application server and another from application server to database server. The application server acts as an intermediary, so each user requires one session to the application server, which then establishes sessions with the database servers on their behalf. That's all. Thank you po.